The EU referendum is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the British people to set themselves free, to free themselves from a monster bureaucracy that's driving down wages, driving up rents. It's not doing anything for mortgages. We can't build enough houses to keep pace with the capacity problem that we're importing. There isn't enough doctors' surgeries. From 1973, when we joined the European Union, it was the EEC back then, it's gone from 30% of world GDP and it's disappearing. It's now down to nearly just under 20% of world GDP. So in that time, it's lost 10% of world GDP. That's only 40-something years. In another 10 years, it'll probably be down to 15% of world GDP. This European Union is making us poorer, infinitely poorer. People, low-skilled workers, they can't find jobs earning above the minimum wage. There's too many people chasing the jobs. I would prefer to see Indian and Chinese and Latvian doctors if we needed their skills. But we're not importing those people because we put a bar against those people, but we allow low-skilled immigrants from the European Union to come in that we don't necessarily need. We've already got 3 million unemployed. If we leave the European Union, we are not against Europe, we are against being in a politically dominated, failing, shrinking club. We pay 55 million a day to be in a club, to tell us what to do. We give them 55 million, they give us 26 million back. So basically, if you give me £55 every day and I give you £26, then you have to go out and find 26 other pounds to match the funding that I'm giving you. So then it's cost you 55 million and it's cost you another 55 million to match the funding, to get the funding coming back. That is not good. Why don't we just cut out the extra bureaucratic middleman and spend our own money on our own problems? They sell us 60 billion a year more than we sell them. And the imparity in trade is it's all in the major European countries that pay the bills. So the Germany, France, all the big companies, all the core countries that were the first joining members. We never had a problem with freedom of movement when it was with all those countries. It was only when the accession countries like Poland and all those were asked to join, that their minimum wage is so much inferior to ours that we were a big draw to all these people, and migration started on a massive scale. We've always had migration, but managed migration. We don't want to pull up the drawbridge per se, we just want to manage who comes across it. I cannot think of one benefit of being stuck in a union that's shrinking yearly, we pay massive amounts of money for, and when they send the money back to this country, which is our money in the first place, there are strings attached on how we spend it. They swamp us with unlimited amounts of immigration causing capacity problems. We are giving away massive amounts of money to foreign aid, which we're having to borrow, by the way. So we're borrowing money, this government, this Conservative government, is borrowing money to simply give it away. I mean, that's madness. We're putting debts in place for our children and our grandchildren are going to have to pay at some point. Do you know that we actually spend billions just servicing the debts that have been run up? So at the referendum, it's the UKIP's position, it was the UKIP really that secured this referendum through continued pressure from 1993. So I shall be voting out, and I hope my fellow Britons and, English people will be voting out to rescue this country from the grip of tyranny that we find ourselves in. We went through 2 world wars to defend ourselves, only to have politicians hand over our country on a plate to a corrupt structure.